my dear learners, welcome to my incredible classes. Here you will learn science for classes 6, 7 and 8 in a really fun and engaging manner. So we have been studying chapter number 2 of your curiosity, yes, for class 6. So far we have learned about how to group plants, how many types of plants are there, how can we group them, and the type of leaves and the venation. Yes, we have discussed these things. In this class we are going to discuss the type of roots, the type of seeds, habitat and adaptation. Are you still confused of these terms? We will clarify each and every topic in this class. Okay, so let's get started. So first is types of roots. So in your screen you can see two types of roots. Yes, observe them carefully. First process of studying is observation. So you can see two types of roots here, and if you observe in the first one, the roots are of same size or similar kind. Yes, their width, their size, all are like hair-like structure. They are originating from the base of the stem. Yes, they are originating in a bunch. But in the second one, what it is, you can observe from the base of the leaf a thicker root is going down. Yes, and the lateral or thin roots are branching off from the main or primary root. Yes, so two types of roots are there. So the first type we call them as fibrous root, and the second one that you see is the tap root. So in fibrous root, all roots have same size. Okay, they are originating in a bunch form. But in the tap root, what you can see, my dear learners, you can see a main or a primary root which usually goes deep into the soil and which is a thicker one. And from that thicker primary root originates the lateral or secondary roots. Okay, can you give me examples of fibrous and tap root? Tap root you can see in turnip, okay, radish, and fibrous root you can see in grass, definitely, that you are seeing. A second, in banana. Have you seen the whole banana plant? Okay. Now next topic that we are going to connect with this root is the type of venation the roots have. Okay, there's a relation between the roots and the leaf. So in this screen you can see a plant which has fibrous root. Okay, observe it. The plant I am showing you has the fibrous root. Now we will observe its type of venation the leaf is having. Okay, observe what kind of venation it is. All the veins are running parallel to the midrib. So what kind of venation it is? Parallel venation. Yes, have you observed it? From this observation we can conclude that all kinds of plants that have fibrous root, the leaves has parallel venation. Okay, if the plant is having fibrous root, then the leaf is having parallel venation. Now the vice versa is also true. Yes, the vice versa is also true. If the plant possesses tap root, the leaf will have reticulate venation. Okay, clear? Mark this in your notebook. Okay, make it in a box, write it in a box. Okay, so the next topic now we are going to cover is the type of seed. Okay, now again you can observe two types of seed here. First one is the rice grain and the second one is chickpea. Okay, now I took one chickpea and you can see both the grains have been soaked for around 6 to 8 hours. So when I tried to remove the seed cover of the chickpea, it is easily coming out. Yes, okay, and when I apply pressure on it, it splits into two equal parts, and the two equal parts are called cotyledons. Okay, and the chickpea was split into two cotyledons. So for two we have di, and cotyledons we use cot. So chickpea is a kind of dicot, that is, when I apply pressure it will split into two cotyledons. Okay, now I take another grain, that is a rice grain. Okay, now I try to remove the seed cover, but the seed cover is not clearly visible in it. Okay, now I apply pressure on it, and instead of splitting into two or three parts, it breaks down into parts. So we cannot split it, it breaks down. Okay, so this shows that it has only one cotyledon. So for one we have word mono, and for cotyledon we use the term cot. So rice grain is an example of monocot. Okay, so two types of seeds we have understood. First monocot, second dicot. Clear? So monocots are those kinds of seeds which cannot be split into, which we cannot split into two equal parts. Okay, or two equal cotyledons. Okay, now the next topic that we are going to cover is habitat and adaptation. But before jumping into that, have you observed the animals around you? Okay, how do they move? Some crawl, some fly, yes, some walk. And have you noticed that the movement of these animals actually depend on the kind of environment they are living? For example, I take the fish. Okay, and can it walk? No. Can it fly? No. It can only swim because it is living in the water. God has created the fish in water. Okay, for birds can walk, okay, but they can fly also. Yes, so the kind of movement they possess most probably depends on the environment they are living in. Okay. Now I will tell you a story. Kindly listen it carefully. So there were three friends, a fish, a bird and a frog, and three of them were very good friends. They always enjoyed each other's companionship. Okay, now one day a thought came up their mind that why don't we exchange our homes, because the fish always wanted to fly and the bird always wanted to swim. So they thought, why don't we exchange our homes and enjoy that moment. And as planned, the bird jumped deep into the water, and as it jumped, it said, oh no, I cannot breathe. And the fish there laughed and said, definitely, because I have gills to breathe, but you don't have. And saying this, the fish jumped out of the water and tried to fly. But as she tried it, she was falling down and she said, oh no, I'm falling down. And the bird there laughed again and said, yes, definitely you cannot fly, because I have wings to fly and my bones are lightweight. That is, I have light bones that makes me easier to fly. And both of them laughed. Now seeing this, the frog said, but I can be both in land and water. You know what? When I am on land, I can breathe with my lungs, my nostrils, and when I get into the water, my moist skin and webbed feet help me to survive in water. And they were all surprised how God has created us. Yes, God has created us for our special homes, and these special homes that each creature possesses is called their habitat, and the body features that each animal has are called their adaptation. Clear? Now in our environment, or there are different kinds of region in our earth. Yes, for example, we have desert region, we have plains, we have plateaus, we have mountains, Yes or no? And do all the biodiversity, all the plants in all these regions look similar? No, they are always adapted to the environment. For example, if I take the desert region, the animals living there, for example, camel, what it has? It has long feet, okay, and the wide hooves to walk easily on the sand so that it can don't sink into the sand, yes, and hump to store water and fat, the food. Why? Because it has scarcity of water in desert, and these animals need some adaptation in their body to survive in that hot region. Okay, for example, cactus, if I see the plant, does the leaves have same shape that the other leaves we observed? No, it has spikes. Yes. Why? To minimize the transpiration. Okay, transpiration is evaporation of water from the leaves. That the term we use, transpiration, so that the cactus can hold maximum water. Why? Because it is a desert region. Yes. But if you see in the mountain region, okay, or the region where it is snow, where does it snows, and have you observed the leaves? The trees have conical shape and slippery or slopy leaves. Why? So that as the snow falls, it could easily slide off. That's why it has that special kind of adaptation. Yes. And what about the camels there? Have you observed? Their legs are not very long. They have short legs. Okay, one hump. Okay, these are some of the adaptation that these animals possess to live in that particular region. Are you clear with these terms, habitat and adaptation now? Do you have any kind of doubts? If you have any kinds of doubt, please comment it down. I will clarify it for you in the next videos. Okay, so hope you enjoy my videos. Okay, be with me, connect with me, and we will learn together, and we will meet again in next video. Till then, bye bye.